Hello, welcome to this week's video when I'm going to recap on conversations I've been having over the course of this week and put it into a short video to keep you informed. This week, perhaps unsurprisingly because of the time of the year, the concentration has been on scholarships, people who are going into scholarships, people who are going into their second year of the scholarship. So that's come up a couple of times. I thought I'm going to put that together and I'm going to give you three things that if I was going into a scholarship, if I had a son going into a scholarship right now, these are the things that I would be saying based on the 15 years of research that I have in this area. Okay, number one, it's a hierarchy. Just like the army, just like factories, football clubs are hierarchical. What does that mean? That means you go in at the bottom and you have to try and work your way up. Is it the best practice for developing young football players? Probably not, but it's the way it is. So you need to be prepared for that. What's the hidden things that you need to be aware of when you are bottom of that particular hierarchy? Okay, so answering back, getting your views across isn't as easy as you perhaps think it's going to be. Yes, you're going to be the butt of the jokes because you're a first year scholar, that is just going to be the way it is. Now, you can try and fight that or you can manage it, and probably the best way of managing it is to be open about it, to be honest about it with parents, family members. If you are a family member and you've got a child going in there, the door's got to be open for them to talk about that, particularly if they start struggling with it. It can be a pretty tough culture. That would be the first thing that would be on my to-do list in terms of settling into an academy. Number two, perhaps not the sexiest of topics, but I do want to flag up education. It would definitely be on my radar if it was my son going into an academy right now. The education isn't going to be top level. You will get a BTEC, okay? Everybody passes it, you turn up, you pass it, you'll copy and paste through it, and you'll get a BTEC at the end of it. Some of you may get an A-level, an opportunity to do an A-level, great. There's sometimes a caveat with that, which is you have to miss some training sessions in order to complete the A-level. You may be pulled into a corner and trying to decide on that. Again, I don't agree it's the best way of doing it, but it is the way it is at the moment at many clubs. So, what are you going to do? Well, I would be thinking about the different things that you can do with the spare time that you have got. You've got to rest, you've got to recuperate, you've got to spend time where you'll be laying down. In the first year, particularly up to Christmas, you're going to be really, really tired. That's an opportunity to do some form of learning, and I don't mean it has to be formal education, but there are courses out there where you could learn about AI, you could learn financial planning, you could learn video editing. These are $40, $50 online courses, and you could start to broaden your skills, you could start to keep your mind going. Maybe you want to start picking up another language. That's got implications further on down in your career. Do not just hold on to the education you're going to get in an academy. Do it. It's pretty easy, you'll get through it. Is it going to be much use in the future? Probably not. Okay, but it's there. I would be wanting to talk to my son about that education. What are we doing about broadening horizons and making sure that mentally we stay alert? And when I spoke to a former footballer, current footballer, a couple of weeks ago, he said about doing a degree when he was a professional player, otherwise he would have gone mad. It gave him something else to focus on rather than just getting bogged down in the everyday politics of football. Okay, so definitely we'll be thinking about that. And the third thing I would be talking about would be finances and financial management. This is likely to be the first time that money's going to be coming into your account, and it isn't a lot. I get that, it isn't loads, but it gives us a chance to start thinking about, do we want to put even a small amount of money into some investment? Do we want to be putting some money to one side for saving, and how much are we going to have in a guilt-free, this is how much I want to spend on myself? All of which are useful. But let me put it this way, I've spoken before in videos and on my blogs about the possibility at 18 of going abroad to different countries around the world and the opportunities for professional football there. Wouldn't it be great to have a small fund that you built up over the course of the 2 years of a scholarship that you could dip into, which would help you with moving abroad, because that's where the opportunities are. Okay, I know it's not a lot of money, but I would definitely be starting to talk about how much are we putting into a savings pot so that we've got something to access. Now, if you're living at home, you might be able to put more into that pot rather than if you're living, say, in digs, but it's definitely an opportunity for you. And I know some clubs you have to pay some money towards digs, others you don't. There are loads of things in there. Okay, those are the three things that I would be talking about: the culture of the football club, the education that you'll get within there, and the finances, because it's the first time you're going to probably be engaging with it. I hope that's useful. Get in touch if you want to ask me any more questions. Comment on the video below about any of your experiences of these things, and there'll be another video along for you next week.